My name is Kristina, this is Samantha, and that's Sara. And today we'll talk about Hiriko, which is a folding electronic car. And Samantha here is gonna take over and talk about the problem that can be solved by these innovations.
Okay.
And here we go.
All right. Hiriko is a car that is going to solve the problem that many college students are having by not being able to find a parking spot when they come to school, because parking spots are very hard to come by, and a lot of times there's not enough room for your vehicle, and this can make you late to class or ruin your day by trying to find them. This is an electronic car that has the ability to fold itself up in order to make it take up only 1/3 of the room that a normal vehicle would take. It also has the ability to turn 360 degrees, so you can be able to parallel park very easily or turn around or pretty much anything. And this is possible because it doesn't have a drivetrain, because the way it's made, so that makes its ability to fold out like you see here. And the wheels are all put onto the corner of the chassis, which makes them be able to turn like that in a complete circle. And it's basically designed for cities that have an average speed of less than 20 miles an hour, not for highway use at all. And it can go up to 75 miles on full charge with the battery. And it has 4 electric motors that are all attached to each of the wheels, and which also makes it really good for bad weather, steep conditions, or anything that requires a lot of traction to be needed. The car also doesn't have a steering wheel like most basic cars do. It has like basically a joystick that makes it so much easier to maneuver. And then it's going to benefit students who can't find parking at their schools or colleges, students who maybe drive scooters, or people that are in cities like European cities that have small windy roads that they are going to need to be able to easily maneuver, but that they don't require to be able to go very fast. And this is very disruptive technology because it's going to change how not only smart cars are working, but regular vehicles work as well, because it's providing a complete different way to park, drive, and completely new technologies by getting rid of the drivetrain and everything else that it's doing. It's also a very feasible technology, and it's currently being produced by MIT, and yeah.
It's also good for students that live close to school that have to commute, especially in bad weather. So that's why it's also good for schools, because they don't usually have to travel very far. They don't have to use their own gas. So, and now Kristina is going to talk.
Okay, and I'm just gonna cover some of the risks that associate with this product. Even though the car is very innovative and it will help to solve our problem, there is definitely some risks that associate with this. And one of the biggest risks, but I think that's like really big, is that the car is really small in the size. So in the case of car accident, it won't protect us because it only has this little windshield. That's how you see it, as you saw in this video. So it would not protect you in the case of car accident. Also, there is technological risks that associate with this car. Well, since the car runs on this lithium-ion battery, there are some disadvantages that associate with it. Well, first, this battery packs a lot less energy into the same space compared to gasoline or diesel-operated cars, so it covers less distance than these other cars. Also, the car can lose energy in the cold or hot temperatures, and the car works best in the temperature ranges from 14 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And since the battery is built in the car, it cannot be switched on the go, and also it takes a long time to recharge this battery. And in addition, these batteries, they lose their capacity over time, what they saying that you have to change this battery every 5 to 8 years, and the cost of this battery is approximately $6,500. So you can see how costly it can be. Also, for the potential side effects, since the car uniqueness comes through its folding feature, if for some reason the folding mechanism breaks, the driver would not be able to fold it and fit this car in the parking spot. Also, the car can only run for like 75 miles before it needs to be recharged, and let's say there is no rechargeable electric available, so you can see how the driver will not be able to operate it. Also, the car's length, it's 100 inches long, so it can only fit like certain type of people. And that's for the potential side effects. Next, we're going to talk about system implementation. And Sarah's going to take over and talk about that.
All right, so to maintain this vehicle, it's the design of the vehicle, which is modular, is good because it's easier to upgrade it, which because this technology is so new, there's going to be corrections to it when they find out what the problems they have with it. So because of its design, it's going to be easier to upgrade it, so you don't have to go out and buy a whole new vehicle. Also, the design makes the assembly easier, so if you need to go take it in to get work, it'll be a lot faster, and you don't have to worry about them messing something up, putting something in the wrong spot. And because of its design, maintenance is a lot easier. So, and there's also other things that are good about it, which don't require maintenance, which is it communicates with the other cars just like it, so you can find where one's parked in a parking lot that you need to park in. So you won't have to drive all around looking for another car or looking for a parking spot. You can the cars will talk to each other, and you can go and find that spot. Also, since it's electric, you don't have to go to gas stations, and especially the prices of gas nowadays. So that's really good, especially if you're only using it for school. And it's expected to get between 150 to 200 miles, the equivalent of 150 to 200 miles per gallon of gasoline. And since battery's electric, you don't have to worry about emissions from the tailpipe. And from the research we've done, there is nobody out there right now that is trying to duplicate this product or do research on it to make their own. They're probably waiting for it to come out to find the flaws and make their own with corrected flaws. So, but they are also using this technology to create foldable electric scooters and bikes. And the cost of these folding cars are estimated to be around $1,650? $16,500 for retail, and
it'll cost approximately $10,000 to build this car, because the battery itself costs $6,500. So that's our estimate, but we couldn't find exactly how much it will cost, but our estimate around from $8,000 to $10,000, and that's
but for schools like ours, we would probably see it to be easier on the students if there were companies around here that rented them, so they don't have to use their own vehicle and they won't have to pay such a high price for the vehicle, and they can just rent it for a few months a semester. And it'll save them money on gas, and it'll save them time and frustration during the school year.
And I guess that's all. Thank you so much for your time.
It was perfect.
Yep.